Hey guys, this is Jessica Gutierrez with Clean With Me podcast. This is a podcast where I walk you through cleaning your house step by step. So let's clean together. Hey everybody, so it's almost the new year. If you're listening to this episode when it's coming out in a couple days, it's going to be 2022. That is so crazy for me to think about. But today's episode is going to be geared towards cleaning up after the holiday mess, after visitors have gone, getting rid of things as we take in new things, Christmas presents, new toys, new clothes, whatever it is we got for Christmas. We need to evaluate that and decide whether there's some stuff we need to let go of. And I'll get into all of that later, but for now, like with any episode, I want you guys to get motivated and ready to clean. So whatever that means to you, and I know I'm a little bit nasally, I'm a little bit sick, so I'm sorry. But I want you guys to do whatever it takes to motivate you. If it's just turning on the podcast, then hey, you're already there. Good for you. If it takes a little bit, like I said, trick your brain, have a cleaning ritual. Mine is I light a candle, open up my windows, and I throw my hair up in a bun, put some comfy, sweats and a shirt that I don't mind getting bleach or something on if I'm doing a whole house clean, and, doing a little bit of makeup. That's just me. Obviously, most people don't do a little bit of makeup just to clean their house, but I don't know why. It just makes me more productive if I feel like good about myself. I just do it for myself. That's just me. But, and that's what I mean. It's just whatever little thing motivates you that you find you're more productive if you do, then do that thing. Even if it's silly. Like, obviously, putting on mascara and lipstick to clean my house when no one's looking at me is kind of silly, but for some reason it makes me more productive because I feel like I'm getting ready for the day, and then it helps me accomplish more things for some reason. It's just all about tricking your brain into being more productive, for me anyway. So open up those windows, light those candles, get ready to clean, and let's get right into it today. So first things first, let's go to the laundry room and let's do a load of laundry. And the reason why we implemented the laundry switch first thing is because laundry is something that piles up very quickly. And I found that to maintain my house, because I have a lot of laundry, I have to do at least a load a day. And every household is different. You have different, people in your household. You may have to do multiple loads a day if you have a huge household. Maybe it's just you, so you only do your laundry once a week. It's a preference. It's whatever works for you. But for me, I have to do laundry every day. So let's do a laundry switch. Let's move our clothes from the washer to the dryer, from the dryer to a laundry basket, and we'll fold those clothes after the episode. And the clothes that you're currently putting in the washer, we're going to put in the dryer at the end of the episode. I will remind you, because your cleaning cycle should be done by then. And while you're loading the laundry, I'm just going to talk a little bit about the holidays. So like I said, I want to think about, because a lot of us coming home from family gatherings and whatnot, especially if you have children, this applies whether you have children or not, don't get me wrong, but there's going to be a lot of trash, boxes, wrapping paper, a lot of that kind of stuff laying around. There's going to be a lot of toys coming into the household probably, so it would be a good time to purge once the family leaves. Excuse my voice. I'm losing my voice. Once the family leaves and everything, and we're just left with, all the presents and whatnot, think about if there's anything that you got new that maybe you can get rid of the old version of whatever it is you got, whether that's clothing, pots and pans, silverware, what have you. Toys, a big one. I already mentioned it, but toys. If you got a bunch of toys for your kids for Christmas from grandparents or whatever, go to their toy box and just get rid of all the stuff they don't play with anymore. Just throw it in the bin and give them to somebody that needs toys. Donate them somewhere, because you don't need those cluttering up your home when the kids are going to be all into their new toys and new activities. And once you're done with the laundry switch, just go right ahead and start with the kitchen. Let's get in the kitchen and just start unloading our dishes, putting them away where they go, and or your whether that's your dishwasher or your drying rack. I don't have a dishwasher, so it would be a drying rack for me. But I want you guys to just go ahead and put all those dishes away and start on your dishes. Start that pre-rinse. Make sure you do a really thorough pre-rinse. Make sure you're gathering dishes from around the house, because nothing's more annoying to me when I'm doing all the dishes, and then as soon as I finish the dishes, a kid or a family member will come and bring me like 6 dirty dishes from like another room in the house that I didn't gather. That's so annoying. So it's one of my pet peeves. So I like to gather the dishes from the house, and I have trouble myself keeping up with cleaning out my refrigerator. So I have made a conscious decision to, every time I do the dishes, I open up my refrigerator and I throw away anything that's bad, and I determine whether it needs to be wiped down or if dishes need to be washed out of my refrigerator. That's just me, because I struggle with keeping my refrigerator clean. If you don't have to do that, then don't do it. You know, everything I say is a suggestion. I technically I'm telling you to do this and that, but you know, everybody's house is different. Everyone's struggles are different. Everyone has those points of cleaning that are difficult to them and that they struggle with. I can only speak from my own personal experience and those around me, and I personally struggle with keeping up with laundry, which is why I do a load a day, and I fold it when it comes out of the dryer. Otherwise it'll sit there for 10 years. And I also struggle with the refrigerator, so I make sure that I always check that now, because I realized that it was getting to the point to where it gets super bad, and then I'd have to sit there and clean it out, and it took forever, and it was annoying. So I just decided I'm going to start upkeeping this refrigerator, and since then I've had no issues, and I've actually had a clean fridge, and it's not embarrassing anymore. So hallelujah for that. So just be working on those dishes. Do a real thorough pre-rinse, even if you're putting it in the dishwasher, you want to go ahead and, you know, get all the food off those dishes. Do a very thorough pre-rinse once you've gathered them from around the house, and just be working on that while I talk. But I just want to talk to you guys a little bit about going through a hard time, because believe it or not, the holidays are stressful for some people. I know, me personally, I get super busy with, you know, work and my paintings and stuff during the holidays. It starts to stack up on me, and then when you add kids to that and, you know, other personal factors, stressors, the holidays can be very stressful times for a lot of people, and I'm sure a lot of you listening can relate to that. And stress and cleaning don't always go hand in hand, and when we're depressed or we're stressed out, our houses definitely suffer. I know it's very hard to keep up with stuff when all you want to do is just lay on the couch, and you think, I don't know how many times I've sat on the couch just thinking about all the stuff I have to do, and just being so mad at myself because I just didn't want to get up and do it, but knowing that I had to do it, and procrastinating. But that's okay. That's what I'm here for. So I want you to know that you're not alone. Obviously, some of you might be going through something way worse than another person. Whatever personal thing you are going through yourself, again, I can only talk about personal experiences and those of people around me that have talked to me about this, because I do have this podcast. A lot of times my friends will tell me about their struggles with cleaning the house and stuff like that. So, you know, I'm just, from what they've told me and from my own personal experiences, especially during the holidays, it's really hard after the company leaves and the motivation leaves because people aren't all up in your stuff anymore and you're not having any more parties. The motivation to keep your house up and stuff is also down. So even if you're not stressed out or depressed or anything like that, you could just maybe be unmotivated because you no longer have people staying with you or people trampling through your house. So whatever the case may be, that's what I'm here for. I'm just here to guide you, give you ideas on what to clean, and just hopefully, help you through cleaning your house, whatever that means to you, and kind of hold you accountable in a way, because as I list off things to do, I want you guys to just think to yourself, is that something that I need to do? Are my floors in need of being swept and mopped right now, or did I do that recently? When I say things, it's more of a suggestion. Just think to yourself, does this apply to me? Is this something that I need to do? And just get as much done as you can. Like I said, there's never any judgment here. Some days we have really bad days and the only thing we can do is pick up. Maybe all we can do one day is just do the dishes because we're just having a really rough one. And that's okay, as long as, if you're just doing one chore, good for you when you're in a depressive state, because, it is hard. I know it's hard. I've been there. And I don't want any of you to ever think like, oh, I just listened to Jessica's whole podcast and all I did was finish the dishes. Everybody has those days. Everybody has the days where their dishes are just piled high, and that's, if you got those done, then good for you. Or maybe you just cleaned the bedroom, good for you. Or if you just picked up, just as long as you just try to get up and try to just start, I guarantee you that eventually you'll get more done and more done and more done. It's just the starting that's the hard part, especially when you're having a hard time. And just be doing the dishes, like I said, while I talk, and just be, scrubbing those and either loading the dishwasher or cleaning by hand, whatever it is you do, while I talk. But I know I tend to hit this subject a lot. It's just because I have had a lot of stumbling blocks in my life lately. And not just that, even when I'm on top and I'm doing good and I'm keeping up with my house, which lately, the last few days, I've been really proud of myself and I have been keeping up with my house. And now my car is another story. My car is a disaster. I'm going to be honest with y'all. It's either my house or my car. You guys, I can't give you both. But my car is suffering, but my house is clean, and that has been a struggle for me to get to that point. But now I actually have been maintaining my house the last week or so, and I've been so proud of myself. But I've had times where, I really have just not been on top of things at all, and my house has been a wreck. And it just piles on and piles on and piles on and piles on. So I've been there. And I just wanted to make it very clear to everyone that these are suggestions, even though I word them in a way like, okay, let's do this, let's do this, let's do this. It's just a guide for you guys to determine what you need to do. And I can only speak from my personal experiences. And you guys should be finishing your dishes now. If not, no judgment. Everybody's had those days. You could either pause me, rewind me, or keep on listening. It's up to you. But pretty soon, here in a couple of minutes, we're going to move on to other areas of the kitchen. So try to finish up the dishes if you can. If not, that's fine. Just keep working on them. But I had a friend come to me, and she's been struggling. She recently, had a pretty bad breakup, and she has been struggling with her house. And we talked it through, and basically what she was doing is like what I was talking about. She just sits back, and the kids destroy the house. She just kind of lets them, because she just doesn't really feel up to doing anything, and she just kind of lets them destroy the house, and she just stresses about it, and it consumes her mind, and then she starts getting down and out about her house being dirty. And so if you're in that kind of state of mind and that kind of slump, how I got out of it is you just one area every day, consciously make the decision to maintain that area. It's just all about little mini goals. Like, I'm going to make sure after every meal today, I'm going to clean up the dishes after I cook each meal. Or after I eat a snack or whatever. After I use a dish, I'm going to clean up after myself. And if that's a lot for you to do, then just try that for a few days. And then eventually you can add on other things, like I'm going to do a load of laundry every day, or I'm going to mop or sweep up the floor every day. I know some of you are like, mop every day. I've had comments and people are like, oh, I don't mop it. Who's mopping every day? When you have toddlers, your floor, you will stick to it. If you don't mop in my house anyway. My kids love to dump things out on my hardwood floor. So, well, I have carpet and hardwood floor, but they love to dump things out. So, yeah. It is necessary for me to mop daily, but it may not be necessary for you. And that's what I mean. This is just a guideline. You guys know what you have to do in your house. And if I spark an idea, great. If you think of something that I'm not saying and you see it and you have time to clean it, and it's something that needs to be done in your house, then go ahead and go after it and clean that thing. You don't have to do exactly what I say in the order that I say it. Do whatever works for you personally. But you guys are doing great. I'm so proud of you thus far. We're getting stuff done. We're getting productive. We're doing our cleaning, even though we don't have, Christmas and whatever people coming. We're still going to keep this house clean for our own sanity, for our own mental health, because it feels so good to come home to a clean house, especially if you are going through it. Trust me, it just feels so much better when you come home and your house is clean, because if you come home to a cluttery disaster, it's just going to make you even more sad and depressed, and it's just going to add to your torment. So we don't want that. I want to help you with that. So let's move on. I want you guys to, like I said, if you're not done the dishes, that's fine. But we're going to move on to just throw away any trash that's in the kitchen. Anything that doesn't belong on the counters, go ahead and put them away where it goes. Try to clear the counters as much as possible. Make sure everything on the counter is supposed to have a permanent home, like a decoration or a picture. If you're just keeping like piles of mail or blenders or random appliances that haven't been used for a week, if your waffle maker or what have you is sitting on the countertop and you haven't used it in a week, you probably should put it out of sight, out of mind. That really helps declutter your kitchen space and gives you more surface area to wipe down when it's wipe down time. So just try to clear that surface area. Try to get as much area clean to wipe down as you possibly can. That means your dining room table too. If you're somebody that everyone's house has a catch-all, I feel like, a place where we get home, we set our phones, our purses, or whatever, and a place that just collects junk. Sometimes that's the kitchen table for some people. Sometimes it's a coffee table. Sometimes it's the kitchen table, whatever the case may be for you. If you have an area like that, let's go ahead and tackle that area right now. Let's get rid of everything that does not belong on the coffee table or wherever you're throwing all of your miscellaneous things. And let's put it away where it goes. And I'm sorry if my voice is annoying. It's annoying me that I can't breathe. So I probably sound weird. And while you're putting stuff away and finding places for things, throwing things away, just open your eyes and look for any splatters, anything that needs to be wiped down, because we're about to wipe down. So, just be looking on your cabinets, your chairs, your high chairs. There's probably something spilled or a splatter that needs to be wiped down somewhere. And we're going to go ahead and start the wipe down phase. So whatever it is you like to use to wipe down, if that's a sponge, like a wet, warm sponge, if that's what you prefer to use, go for it. I love the Sponge Daddy line. Now, if you guys like to use Clorox disinfecting wipes like I do, good for you. I use the generic ones that are lemon scented because the other ones have like a weird smell to them. I can't explain it. I don't know why. But I know I've mentioned that many times before. But so I get those. I wipe down everything and anything. If your stove is really bad, you might need a degreaser. There are so many different degreasers out there. So many good ones to choose from. Whatever one you like or prefer, it doesn't matter what kind, but if you have any grime or buildup on your stove, just spray with degreaser, let it sit, and then clean it up after. Maybe your oven needs to be cleaned. If I told that story one time, if you're a long-time listener, you know about the house fire and my parents doing the self-cleaning thing on the oven with nonstick pans shoved in the oven, and they set the house on fire. So make sure there's nothing in your oven because it gets very, very hot when you're self-cleaning. Don't be like my parents. Ronnie Starnes did that. But maybe you need to clean the oven. If you don't have a self-cleaning oven, the degreaser is great for the inside of your oven also. So again, just let it sit, and then you take a good sponge, get up all of the grime, and then get a wet rag, and wipe it all up. And I think I mentioned this before, but I found this hack that I guess towels aren't as absorbent if you use fabric softener. So if you are doing a load of cleaning rags, don't use fabric softener and they'll absorb better. So I didn't know that. So that's very interesting. It's something that's really stuck in my head. But wipe down everything you can see. Don't forget your chairs, the sides of your table, under your table, maybe the legs of your tables, especially if you have kids. High chairs, microwave, if you have to remove. Degreaser is good for microwave too if your microwave's really bad and out of hand. If you've let it get really dirty, then use degreaser on that, or just a multi-purpose cleaner. It just depends on how bad it is. But if you wipe it down regularly, then it should just wipe right up. If you need to take out that little glass thing that's in your microwave and clean that in the sink, you can do that now. Don't forget your refrigerator, all of the parts of the kitchen that are touched frequently, like the knobs on the cabinets. Maybe cabinet doors have splatter. Maybe behind the sink has some grime, some food built up from when we were doing the dishes. Maybe your refrigerator just needs a little bit of a clean up real quick, a little wipe down, a little quick clean up. And then once you're all done with that, if you have time, if you've probably brushed some crumbs on the floor, so let's go ahead and at least spot sweep the kitchen and get everything that we wiped on the floor swept up, so we're not tracking that throughout the house. If you have time to sweep your entire kitchen, you can do that now. My parents' kitchen, for example, is humongous, and it takes 10 years to sweep and mop that particular kitchen because they have a huge floor that's really finicky to clean. So If that's the case, you can wait till after the episode to clean and just do a little spot sweep. But if you have time to clean the floors, then, more power to you. Please do. Sweep up, and we're going to move on to the living areas now. But if you're not done, do not worry. You can always pause me, rewind me, or you can just keep cleaning along with me and doing the kitchen while we're doing the living area. Whatever you need the most attention, whatever needs the most attention from you, that's what I want you to focus on. Any day, of course, but this is just a guideline. So first things first, I like to say start with the focal points, but really you want to start with the trash. So like if there's any trash in your living area, just go ahead and throw that away right off the bat. If there's any huge clutter, like toy box dumped out or something like that, that's making the house look messy, I would tackle that first, because if you tackle the messiest, biggest, clutteriest, stuff first, then it'll give you the illusion of, I just got a whole lot done, and it's going to motivate you to just keep cleaning, and get that really nice, clean living area. So once you guys have taken care of that, I want you guys to move over to the couch quickly, and let's take all the cushions off, and we're going to either vacuum or brush off the crumbs underneath your cushions. You may not have to do this as often as I do. I have to do it a lot because of my kids, but you may not have to. This is just a suggestion. It's good to check your cushions every once in a while. You might have a stray remote or charger or something in there. You never know. With my kids, you sure do never know what's going to be under the cushions. Could be anything. Could be a goldfish or tin, or a Fruit Loop or something. Who knows? But I take my little hand vacuum and I vacuum underneath the cushions on my deep cleaning days. And then if you do have a raised couch, you might want to clean up underneath your couch. I just get a broom and I use like a sweeping motion and get everything out from under it. Usually it only takes like 5 seconds just to put everything up. It seems like a bigger deal than it really is. And trust me. And then the fun part, I don't know why I'm obsessed with throw pillows lately, but I love doing this. This is the one cleaning chore that I actually enjoy, is like fixing up my couch. So if your couch needs any spot cleaning and you notice that, don't forget to spot clean. If your windows aren't already open from the beginning segment, go ahead and open them now. That way we can see if there's any spots, and also it'll motivate you if there's any like spots on the couch that we need to use Resolve on, or on the floor or anything like that. And then once that's done, let's reposition our cushions, fix our pillows, make it look all nice and pretty, since the couch is usually the focal point of the room. And once that's nice and pretty and organized, then we can get to the other stuff. So everyone's living area entryway is different. You probably have a completely different layout than I do, most likely. I know even like my mom's house and my house are so differently laid out. It's so, however your house is laid out, I want you guys to clean whatever is the problem area in your living area for you, whether that's your couch, under your couch. Maybe you have like a coffee table that opens that is cluttered, or maybe you have to do your pet chores right now. Maybe you need to clean a litter box or replace the litter, or maybe you need to take a dog out to go to the bathroom, or feed your pets, or feed an animal of some sort. When I'm doing my outer areas, it makes me think of that, because I have my litter box I have a small house, so it's kind of like behind the couch. And then once you're done with that, if you need to clean the windowsills, you could do that. Grab your Clorox wipes and get all of the surfaces in the living areas that are being touched frequently. If you need to clean your TV stand, your TV, just make sure you're not spraying anything directly on the TV. Or maybe you have mats to wipe your feet on when you walk in the house. Maybe those need to be dusted. Just take them outside and hit them on some steps or a fence or something. Get all the dust out of there. Or you can just vacuum it, or, whatever is easier for you. Maybe you have blinds that need to be wiped down, dusted. I like to wet dust things using wipes. That's just me personally. I think wet dusting really gets the job done better, and it doesn't just leave dust flying in the room, and that's just my preference. You use whatever works for you. Maybe you need to wipe down your ceiling fans. Maybe you have some cobwebs. You can use a broom to get the cobwebs. You can use a duster. If you notice stuff like that and you have the time, go for it. And I'm just going to give you guys a little bit of time to clean up the floors, whether that's spot cleaning because you don't want to be vacuuming on the phone, or if you don't mind vacuuming while I'm talking on the podcast, then you can just do a quick vacuum of the living area before we get to the bathrooms. Whatever you guys want to do. And like I said, the layout of our houses are completely different. So whatever is a problem area in your living area, I want you to be focusing on that and tackling that. These are just suggestions that I'm giving you, like maybe your ceiling fan needs to be wet dusted, or, maybe the baseboards are really bad and they really need to be scrubbed. Magic erasers are great for that. I saw on TikTok that fabric softener, those little sheets, fabric softener sheets are great for cleaning baseboards. So stuff like that. I remember when I was a kid, my dad used to always have us clean the baseboards when we weren't listening. But it was like every once in a blue moon when they actually needed to be cleaned. So good job for my dad doing that. I think that's... I used to be like, oh man, I have to clean the baseboards. And it really wasn't that big of a deal. It was like, it didn't even take that much effort. But as a kid, you think you spend more time trying to get out of stuff than it would take to actually do the thing. But I always remember to clean my baseboards now. Do I do it very often, as often as I should? No. But I do do it every once in a while. And, the dryer sheet thing does actually work pretty decently. But I also have been known, if they're scuffed up, to use a magic eraser or just a wet wipe, whatever. And I didn't mention this during the kitchen time, but if you have a full trash can in your kitchen, living area, whatever, make sure you're try taking out the trash if it's full. If you want to put your bathroom trash in it in a second, then you can just leave it, but definitely take out your trash eventually and put it wherever you put your trash, whether that's a dumpster by your house or putting it out by the road or in a trash can, whatever it is for you. Don't forget to take out the trash. And go ahead and clean your floors if you have time, like I said. If you want to vacuum, sweep. Sorry, that's my daughter drinking tea. She stole my tea. Anyway. But if you don't have time in your living areas, if you have multiple or your living area was super dirty, then I'll remind you to do the floors in your entire house at the end of the episode, so no worries. But let's go ahead and move on to the bathroom. And the first thing, whatever bathroom you're cleaning, if you need to delegate to other people in your house to do other restrooms, you can do that this time. But whatever restroom you're going to focus on today, or you could do 2 restrooms. If you have multiple restrooms, 2, 3, you can just rewind the restroom part 2 times, so however many restrooms you have. I only have 1, and we only have time to talk about 1 on this show. My daughter's laying on me now, so if you hear little breath, that's what that is. But first things first, whatever bathroom you choose to clean today, whether it's the guest bathroom or otherwise, let's get all the dirty towels and just dirty laundry out of there. I like to keep a dirty laundry hamper in the corner because I have teenage stepdaughters and I have toddlers, so a lot of times clothes get left on the floor. So that's why I have a little laundry basket, so they have no excuse. It's right there. So they can just toss it in there. Anyway, I move my dirty clothes, dirty towels, anything like that to the laundry area to be washed. And then we're going to do the same thing like we did with the living areas. We're just going to go throw away any trash, anything that doesn't belong, and just put stuff away. If you have toys or random miscellaneous things in the bathtub that need to be put away, do that at this time. If you have anything in the bathroom that just doesn't belong, like someone put it in there, a kid put it in there, and it just does not belong, please take it out. Don't just stare at it and wait for someone else to pick it up, because a lot of times no one will. So try to... But anyway, moving on, let's just pick up anything that doesn't belong, whether that's, and clear as much surface area as you possibly can on the countertops. We want, just like with the kitchen area, we want to clear as much surface area as we can without leaving things to have permanent homes that shouldn't. Tubes of toothpaste, brushes, straighteners, things that can be put up but are not put up. And if you're putting stuff away and you're finding that you don't have storage for these things, or you're just kind of throwing everything together in a drawer or underneath a cabinet, then you probably should invest in just some cheap organizing tools, little organizing buckets, and put names, labels on them for different items, different kids, what have you, and it'll really help. It really helped me. So once you've just cleared everything out, gotten the dirty laundry out, taken out your trash if you need to, you can put your little trash from your waste bin in with the big trash from the kitchen and take it out all at once if you so prefer. But after we're done with that, I'm going to get my handy dandy wipes and just go wipe down crazy. We're going to get the mirrors first. I like to use just paper towel and Windex and just do the mirrors. And then I like to get my lemon scented wipes, disinfecting wipes. And I like to clean the faucets and around the sinks really nice. And if you have buildup of water, they have stuff for that, or you can use vinegar. And then, make sure we're wiping down any splatters on the wall. If you're noticing while you're wiping down any scuff marks or anything on the door, if you have animals, maybe you leave them in the bathroom. Sometimes you might have scuff marks. Magic eraser, if your wipe doesn't get it off, but your wipe probably will get it off. Baseboards, I know in my bathroom, the baseboards in the bathroom get neglected sometimes for some reason. So I like to get those and clean those off again. Same thing, you can use a dryer sheet, a wet wipe, whatever you prefer, or a wet rag. And once you've wiped down the countertops and gotten everything out of the countertops, and like I said before, do not forget what I said about the organizational tools. That really helped me keep my bathroom organized, because it was just a big jumbled, organized mess. Like, I knew where all of my stuff to get ready was, but it looked like just a junk pile when you open the cabinet, which is embarrassing if people use your restroom. So I definitely like this setup a lot better. So once you're done with your countertops and your trash, let's go ahead and move on to the toilet. And I like to put gloves on for this part. So get some gloves on. That way you can get down and dirty and really get into all the deep corners of your toilet. And I like to get my wipes and wipe down all the areas that we touch first, like the handle, the seat, stuff like that. And then you work your way around the toilet, making sure you get that area right behind the toilet seat. That usually snaps up and off for most people. That way you can get a really deep clean. So I suggest you do that. You can use the Clorox disinfecting wipes. You can use a multi-purpose cleaner. It depends on how often you clean the toilet and how bad it is. But assuming it's bad, maybe you need to just go ahead, once you're done wiping down, making sure you get all around the back of the toilet, the sides, And then once you're done with the basic wiping down, get your, I like to use the Clorox squirting bleach that has the nozzle on it that you can get underneath the rim. And I squirt the bleach under the rim, let it sit for a little bit. And usually while it's sitting, I'll either I'll squirt that in there first and let it sit while I do the wipe down, but then you have to inhale the fumes. But if you wipe down first and you prefer to do it that way and then you squirt the bleach, just let it sit for a little bit and do some other things around the bathroom, organizational stuff, or the baseboards or something like that while you wait. And then once that's set for a good minute, get your toilet cleaning brush and scrub it very well. Scrub the inside of your toilet. Make sure you get under the rim. Flush if you still are having issues. They have pumice stones with like sticks attached that you can clean with, and you can scrub the underneath of your toilet rim of your toilet with the pumice stone. That might get it out sometimes. My mom taught me that trick actually. And then if you're going to bleach your bathtub, then you can, once you're done cleaning the inside of your toilet, you can rinse off your toilet brush cleaner in the bathtub or shower, whatever you have. And because we're going to be bleaching it in a second anyway, so it's fine. It's not going to be dirty because we're going to be bleaching your bathtub. And quickly moving on to the shower area. We've already picked up the toys in the shower, so let's open it up. Let's get all the shampoos and everything out of there so we can get a deep clean. If you still want to wear gloves for this, that's up to you. As I mentioned before, a good way to remember just to do everyday maintenance on your bathroom shower is to keep one of those cheap, they have them at Dollar Tree, just those dispensable sponges, soap dispensing sponges with the removable sponge heads, and have some multi-purpose bathroom cleaner put in it. And at the end of your showers, just do a once over of the bathtub, and you have a clean bathtub. Voila! And you don't even have to worry about getting anything on your clothes or anything. But that's with multi-purpose cleaner. Don't do this with bleach because that'll make your feet itchy. Just don't do it. But if you are using bleach and you do need to bleach your tub today, then if you're using Ajax, get the tub damp, sprinkle the bleach, let it sit, make sure you're in a well-ventilated bathroom, or you open a vent or a window or something. And once you sprinkle the bleach and let it sit for a good while, you just take your sponge, again, whatever sponge you prefer, or a rag, or whatever you prefer to clean with. But you want something heavy, more heavy duty than the wipes for this part, for the bathtub. You want either a rag or a sponge. And I would wear gloves just so it doesn't irritate your skin, and then just scrub every area. If you want to target the grout, definitely use that toilet bowl cleaner. You can use that on the grout. And then just use your shower, rinse it all off, and we're going to go ahead and move on to the bedroom, not the bedroom. And if you are not finished with your bathroom, or you have multiple restrooms, no problem. Just rewind me, pause me, or keep listening. It's up to you entirely. But moving on into the bedrooms, if you haven't washed your sheets or your comforter this week, you might need to for sure do that. So let's go ahead, if you have the time today, because we want it done by the end of the day. So if you have a bunch of laundry, it might not be a good day to do it. But if you don't, then go ahead and take your sheets off your bed and your comforter and put it in a place in your laundry area where it's going to be seen and noticed. That way it'll be first priority, because we want it done before it's time to go to sleep. And then once you've moved your bedding to the laundry area, we're going to do like we do every room and just do a pickup. So anything that doesn't belong, any clothes, dirty clothes laying around your bedroom, anything, towels, put them in the laundry basket if you have one, or if you don't, and move all the clothes to the laundry area. that need to be washed. And then, like, if your catch-all happens to be in your bedroom, if you have, like, a dresser or a drawer or something that you tend to just throw everything in, your change, your just miscellaneous junk, you might need to check on that and get that taken care of. Just little bits at a time. You know, don't overwhelm yourself. One drawer at a time, one area at a time. Just take it slow. Make a lot of small mini goals for yourself. Write them down, cross them off as you do them, and you'll feel so much better about yourself. So just be picking up, and once you've done that and picked up anything that's out of place, clear as much surface area as possible. You might want to get your Clorox wipes and just wipe down any areas that haven't been wiped down yet. And then if we have time and your bedroom isn't a complete disaster and you want to look under the bed, if you're not using your underbed for storage, I highly recommend doing that. One, it keeps you from letting junk build up underneath your bed, so that's good. Two, it gives you a place to put like winter clothes. Just get a lot of storage containers if you have a raised bed and put some stuff underneath it. I highly recommend. It really helps keep your place organized if you have low storage in your house like I do. I do not have any storage in my house and it stinks. But that is why I get those cheap plastic bins, and they're not always the prettiest to look at, which is why under the bed is a great place for them. I have them under the bed in my daughter's room and in my room because they hide all of the unnecessary junk. Or the necessary junk. Some of us, you know, maybe it might be winter clothes or something that you actually use, or maybe it's just, you know, your knitting stuff or whatever it is. Now, before you guys go, I want to remind you to go ahead and go revisit that laundry and do a laundry switch, which is moving the clothes from the washer to the dryer and from the dryer to the laundry basket. And then before you fold, though, I want you to do a thorough cleaning of your entire floor for your entire house, whether that be vacuuming, sweeping, mopping. I want you guys to handle it. I know that you can handle it. Seems like a lot. Seems like a big job, but I know you guys are up for the task. So get those floors done. You guys have done so much already. I'm so proud of you guys. Just baby steps. Remember, make goals, write down goals for yourself. Even if they're just tiny goals and it doesn't seem like you're accomplishing much, you're working towards a big goal. So just pace yourself and you will get there. And then once you're done with the floors, kick back, relax, put on your favorite show, and fold those clothes. Think of it as a relaxation and a break more than folding laundry, and it'll be easier for you to get through and push through the folding process and get those clothes put away. I want to thank you guys so much for listening today. I know that I sound nasally and gross, but you guys are amazing. I hope you got so much done. I hope you guys had a great Christmas, and I hope you have a great holiday season wherever you are and whatever you're celebrating. You guys motivate me as much as I hope to motivate you, and I just wanted to thank you guys for your comments and your messages and your sticking up for me in the comment section and everything. You guys are so awesome. And if you don't financially support the podcast, I'll put the link for my Patreon in the description. And that's just, you know, I post some personal things about my life, stuff like that. And you can message me on there. I'll message back with tips, tricks, suggestions, stuff like that. But as always, I hope you guys have a great day and happy cleaning.